Good morning, students. Yes, I have started with your 9th standard science. We completed with the biology and started with your chemistry chapter. So, which chapter we have started, students? Matter in our surroundings. So, in the matter in our surroundings, this is our second class, I guess. So, in the first class, we have discussed what is the meaning of matter. What is matter? Which has mass and can occupy the space. So that is called as the matter. And we discussed what are all the physical properties or physical characteristics of the matter, that also we have discussed in our previous class. Right, students? So coming to the next one. Today we are going to discuss about states of matter. Yes, students, which are all the states of matter? You have an idea about states of matter. In your lower classes you have discussed. But this year again states of matter. Then what is the difference? Continuation part. Still more information we are going to gather about the states of matter. Okay, students? Yes. So what are all the states of matter? Solid, liquid, and the gas. So solid, liquid and gas are the states of matter. So how can you differentiate solid, liquid and gas? All are the matter? Yes, all are the matter. Then how can you differentiate as the states? How can we differentiate? Because if you observe the particles of these matters, the arrangement of particles, the characteristics of the particles are different. The characteristics of particles of matters are different. So based on that, we have made the types called as solid, liquid and the gas. So how the particles are arranged, that all now one by one we will discuss. Right? So let us start with the first one, that is solids. So as the name says, students, solids. Let me take the examples first. Can you tell me the examples for solids? Can I take this chair, table, everything? Yes, these are all the examples. Other than chair, I can take the example of the brick. It may be ice. It may be the wood. It may be the sponge. It may be the elastic. Yes or no? So these are all we are going to call as the examples for the solids. Right? So how is the nature of the solids? Hard to compress. Hard to compress. See, students, best example. Chair is there. You are sitting on the chair. Sitting on the chair means what? Your full body weight you are putting on the chair. Do you find any changes in the shape of the chair? Or it may be a table or something? No, we don't find. Right? Why we don't find? Because solid is having one property, that it is hard to compress. Why it is hard to compress? That is because of the arrangement of particles. How the particles are arranged in the solids? Very close to each other. Do you find any space between these particles here? No, we don't find. The force of attraction is very high between the particles and they are very closely attached with each other. We don't find any space between these particles. Right? So if you apply the pressure, how much space is there between particles? How much means only they can vibrate, but there is no change in the shape. Right? Only they can vibrate. Means negligible, very less space is present between the particles of the solids. So because of this type of arrangement, you can say as the solids are hard to compress. Here we are using one more word, students. Solids are very rigid. Solids are very, yes, solids are very rigid. What is this rigid or rigidity? You cannot change the shape. They are compactly arranged. So by applying the external force also, you cannot change the shape. So that is called as rigid. And this property, we are going to call it as rigidity. We used to say that person is so rigid. What is the meaning? After telling so many things also no changes in his behavior, right? So here, coming back to the solid. So take the example. If you apply so much of force, you are not getting any change in the shape. Nothing but it is rigid, and the property is called rigidity. You are applying the external force, right? So when you apply the external force, if there is no any changes in the particles of the matter, and that is called as the rigid, the property is called as rigidity. Okay, students? Yes. With rigidity, what we can say? Solids are having definite shape. You are applying the force, compressing? No. So we can say it is having a definite shape and having a definite volume. It is having a definite shape and a definite volume, we can say, right? The next one, they are having high density. High density. Solids are having high density. What is this density? Density nothing but we can calculate it as mass upon volume. Density is equal to mass upon volume. Nothing but density is directly proportional to mass upon volume. If you keep the volume constant, as the number of particles are more, the mass of the substance is more. If the mass of the substance is more, the density of the substance will be high. Right? Here, the particles are very close to each other. The number of particles are more. Nothing but their mass is more. Mass is nothing but more means they are having the high density. Right? We can come to the conclusion that they are having high density. Right, students? Yes, like this, we find the properties of the solids. Having a definite shape, having a definite volume, high density, hard to compress. So these are all. Fine. Okay, coming back to the examples. Brick, chair, table, okay. What about this ice and wood? You know that ice and wood, they can float on the water. Then we are telling we are having high density. These are the examples of solids, right? You might get in confusion. So don't get confusion. Ice, how you are preparing? You are taking the water, you are making it into freeze. So when you freeze the water, we find some pores. The pores are filled with the air. Right? So pores are filled with air. So it makes the less density of the ice and which makes it to float on the water. Same with the wood. Okay. Coming to the sponge. You might have seen sponge. If you press, what happens? You can press it. Here what we said, having definite shape, density, this, that. Then how sponge is an example for solid? Yes, it is. Why? Because if you take the sponge, see, if you take the sponge, press it, what happens? Actually, it is having some pores. Some pores are present. So, these pores are filled with the air. When you press the sponge, what happens? This air, which is filled in the pores, it will expel out. It will come out. That is what you can compress the sponge. Right? But still, sponge is an example for solid. Coming to the elastic. Elastic. You are going to take one elastic. Take the example of the rubber. So, if you take the rubber, okay, stretch it. What happens? It is going to stretch. What happened there? The particles of this elastic which are present in the equilibrium position, they have displaced. When you leave, again they will come back to their original position, right? But still, we consider this as a solid, and this is the reason why it is. So this is the property called as elasticity. Elasticity. What is elasticity? If you apply the external force on the rubber, the particles of the equilibrium position will displace. But if you leave the external force, they will come back to their original position. So that is the property called as elasticity. Right? So elasticity property we find, that is what it can, but still it is an example for solids. Hope you are understanding. Yes students, let us start with the second type of state of matter, that is liquids. Yes, first we will begin with the examples. Can you tell me the examples for liquids? Yes, it may be the water, it may be the milk, it may be the kerosene. So these are all the examples for liquids. What is the first property we can write, students? What shape you find? In case of solids we are telling definite shape, definite volume and all. Do you find the definite shape of the liquid? No, they are not having no definite shape. No definite shape. Okay, why they are not having the definite shape? Why? Because the arrangement of particles of liquid. How is the arrangement of particles of liquid, students? Not so closely packed like solids. Can you see the space between these? Yes. The force of attraction between the particles of a liquids is less compared to solids. Right? So because of this, they will slide one above the other. That is what the liquids are not having a definite shape. Then what about? They will get the shape of the container. Shape of the container. You are going to take one glass of water. Okay? If you take that water in the glass, it will take the shape of the glass. The same glass of water you are taking in your bottle, it will take the shape of the bottle. You are taking it in one tumbler, it will take that shape. If you take it in some other, it is going to take the shape of that material. That is what we are going to say, shape of the container. Liquids, in which container you will take, that container shape they will occupy because of the arrangement of particles, and we can say they are not having definite shape. But here I used the word, you are going to take one glass of water, means that is fixed. Means what we can say, liquids are having definite volume. They are having definite volume but not the shape. Right, students? What about the density then? The density is less density than solids. Means you are going to compare it with the solids. Solids density is very high, but take the liquids and compare, the particles are less compared with the solids. There what happens, very closely attached with each other, so many particles are there. Here what happened, little bit compared to the solids, the number of particles are less. As the number of particles are less, mass will be less. Mass will be less nothing but they are having a less density. Less density compared with the solid substances. Right, students? So because of all this, what all this? They are not having the definite shape. They will take the shape of the container. Volume is fixed, but density is less. Right? So because of all this, and can you compress the water or liquid substances? We are going to take one glass of water and we will try to compress it. It will compress? No. Right? So what we can say? Less compressible. negligible. Negligible. Negligible means we don't find only like that. Okay, that much of compressibility we find. Because of arrangement of particles of this liquid, it is fluid in nature. Fluid nothing but the liquid. So it is fluid in nature. It can move, right? So that fluid, nothing but it is a property called as fluidity. What is fluidity? The particles of liquids are not having a definite shape. There is a less density and they are very negligibly compressible, but there is a fixed volume. The molecules can slide one above the other. Because of all this, they are fluid in nature, and that is the property called as fluidity. Right, students? Hope you are understanding. So these are all the properties of the liquid state. Which is the third one? Third one, that is gas. So let us see what are all the properties of the gases. Let us start with the examples. So gases, what examples you can do? Hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, right? Totally I can say as the air, mixture of gases. So that all you can take it as examples. Okay. Do you find any definite shape of the gas? No. Now this classroom, do you find filled with the air? Yes, we find. So do you find the shape? No. What we can say? They occupy shape of the container. No shape only, students. Occupy shape in the sense there is no shape. Okay, but it will fill the full container. It may be the balloon, it may be the classroom, it may be your bottle, half filled with the water, remaining whatever the space is there, filled with the air, like that. So what we can say, there is no definite shape to the gases. Okay, what about the molecules, the arrangement of particles? The gaseous particles are, see how I am going to draw. What we can say looking at this, there is no force of attraction. They are free with each other. They are free with each other. There is no, not at all, force of attraction. Right? So that we find. This is the arrangement of particles of gases. Okay. Can we compress the gas? Yes, we can compress. So gases can be compressed easily. So best example of we can compress, students. You know about LPG. In our home you are using the cylinder now. The cylinder nothing but it is filled with the gas. So what happened there? You took the gas, you have filled it, you have compressed it in that cylinder. LPG, liquid petroleum gas. Right? So CNG, compressed natural gas. Right? So like this, what we can understand here is we can compress the gas. Right? Okay. Is it having the density? Having, but very low density. It is having very less density compared with the liquids. What we said, solids are having high density, liquids are having less, gases still more, very less density they are having. Do you find the volume? No definite volume. No definite volume of the gases. No definite volume, no less density. We don't find any definite shape, but they can be compressed. And one more thing, the molecules can spread. This side, can you able to see? Okay. The next one, can spread easily. Because there is no force of attraction between the molecules, easily they can spread over. Right? How can they spread over? As they are having the kinetic energy. They are having the kinetic energy. Hope you remember when we discussed the particles physical characteristics, we said they are having kinetic energy. If you provide the temperature, kinetic energy will become more and there will be a fast movement of the particles. Right? So they are having a kinetic energy. Right? So these are all the properties of the gases. And one more, students, you have taken one balloon. Okay? You started filling the balloon. What happens? It will start increasing in its size. Means when you started filling the gas, right? The particles of the gas, they will start hitting the walls of this either balloon or whatever it is. They will start hitting to the walls. Nothing but they will exert a pressure. That is what it helps the balloon to increase in its size. Right, students? Like that we find different properties of the gases. So what is the conclusion? No definite shape, no definite volume. There is a high compressibility and a low density. They can move easily. Easily they can spread over. That is because of the kinetic energy. Hope you are understanding, students. Yes. Take down today's work. Remaining will start in our next class. The first question. Mention the properties. Mention the properties of a solids, liquids, and gases. Better, students, make the 3 columns: solid, liquid, and gas. Like the differences you write, and in each column you make the arrangement of particles.